Hello everyone, today we are diving into the nuts and bolts of networking ports, protocols, services, and traffic types. Think of these as the lifeblood of your network, making sure data flows smoothly from point A to point B. Without them, the internet would be like a city with no traffic lights and just total chaos. So, let's explore how these essential elements keep everything running like a well-oiled machine. First up, let's talk about ports. These are the doorways of your network. Each port allows different types of traffic to enter and exit your devices. For example, port 80 is where your HTTP web traffic goes in and out, while port 443 is for HTTPS, which keeps your browsing secure. You can see that with the little lock icon at the top of your URL. And then there's port 25 for email, also known as SMTP, port 53 for DNS, and port 22 for SSH, which is like the VIP entrance for secure remote access. Each port has a specific job, and knowing them is the key to managing your network effectively. Next, we have protocols, the rules of the road for your network traffic. HTTP and HTTPS are what make web browsing possible, while FTP handles file transfers. DNS is like the internet's phone book, resolving domain names to IP addresses, so we don't have to sit there and type in numbers into when we want to go to any websites. Then there's TCP and UDP. TCP ensures reliable delivery, like sending a certified letter, while UDP is faster but less reliable, like sending a postcard. And finally, ICMP is the protocol behind the famous ping command, helping to diagnose all sorts of network issues. Now let's talk about some common network services, the behind-the-scenes workers that keep your network running smoothly. DHCP automatically assigns IP addresses to devices on your network, while DNS converts domain names into those IP addresses. NTP synchronizes time across your network, ensuring all your devices are on the same page, also making it so all your different logs, both that you look at and the behind-the-scenes log your programs use, are all lined up properly. SMTP handles sending and receiving emails, and SNMP monitors network devices, making sure everything is operating correctly. These services work tirelessly in the background, so you don't have to. Next up is traffic types, how data flows across your network. Unicast is like a phone call, where data is sent from one device to another. Multicast is more like a conference call, where the data is sent from one device to multiple receivers. Broadcast is like shouting in a room. Everyone can hear you, even other people who you didn't intend to hear you still might hear you. And Anycast is like sending a letter to the closest post office. It's delivered to the nearest receiver capable of handling it. Understanding these traffic types is key to managing network performance. Let's dive into Internet Protocol, IP types, the addressing system of the Internet. IPv4, with its 32-bit addresses, is the most common, but we've recently ran out of those, so IPv6 is stepping in with 128-bit addresses, offering more space and better security. ICMP is used for sending error messages and performing diagnostics, and as we mentioned earlier, TCP is connection-oriented, ensuring data gets to where it needs to go, while UDP is connectionless, prioritizing speed over reliability. These protocols ensure the data reaches its destination efficiently. Now, let's talk about security protocols, your network's bodyguards. SSL and TLS are used to secure web traffic, while SSH provides secure remote access to your devices. IPsec secures IP communication, ensuring your data remains private. HTTPS is what keeps your browsing sessions secure, and Radius and TACAX Plus handle authentication, ensuring that only the right people have access to your network. These protocols are essential for keeping your data safe from prying eyes. Finally, let's touch on protocol numbers and ports. Each protocol uses a specific port or ports, and knowing these is crucial for configuring firewalls and securing your network. For example, HTTPS uses port 443, while SSH uses port 22. Always make sure you're using the correct, secure ports to avoid vulnerabilities. It's like knowing which key opens the door, essential for keeping everything secure and running smoothly. And that's a wrap. We've covered the essentials of networking ports, protocols, services, and traffic types. From knowing your ports to understanding the different traffic types, these elements are the foundation of a well-functioning network. Keep them in mind as you configure and manage your networks to ensure everything runs smoothly and securely. Now, it's your turn. Any questions about ports, protocols, or anything else we've covered today? Maybe you're curious about how these elements work together in a real-world network scenario, or perhaps you're wondering how secure specific ports are on your network. Let's dive into any questions you have down in the comments below. And if you're ready to take your IT setup into the next gear, but need a little help fine-tuning your network or building something new, I've got you covered. Just head on over to the link down in the description.